Watch your dog closely for just a few seconds. Are they constantly chewing raw red patches into their paws, frantically scratching their ears against the carpet, or biting at their hindquarters until their coat is thin and patchy? As a loving pet parent, watching your four-legged best friend suffer in a non-stop, agonizing cycle of itching, licking, and burning is completely heartbreaking. To help them, you do exactly what the commercial pet industry tells you to do. You buy expensive hypoallergenic kibble, bathe them in medicated chemical shampoos that dry out their skin, and maybe even resort to monthly prescription flea, tick, and allergy medications that cost a small fortune. Yet despite all of this, the moment the medication wears off, the frantic scratching returns with a vengeance, accompanied by a strange, musty corn chip smell emanating from their paws and ears. It is an incredibly frustrating, endless cycle that leaves both you and your dog completely stressed out. But what if a deep dive into canine dermatology and raw microbiology proves that your dog's relentless itching isn't a permanent genetic curse, and it doesn't require harsh, synthetic chemicals to solve? What if their skin is simply trapped in a state of severe pH imbalance, creating an absolute paradise for microscopic yeast overgrowth and blood-sucking parasites like fleas and ticks? Today we are stepping completely past the expensive chemical treatments to reveal a profound, natural biological secret. I am going to show you how adding just one simple, pennies-a-day teaspoon of a specific fermented kitchen superfood to your dog's routine can instantly balance their skin's protective barrier, extinguish the fiery itch from the inside out, and turn their body into a natural, hostile shield that repels ticks and fleas forever. My name is Dr. Mark, and as a specialist in metabolic health and biological medicine, I look at the body, whether human or canine, as a highly interconnected, self-regulating ecosystem. To understand why your dog is scratching so frantically, we have to look past the surface of their fur and examine the microscopic battlefield of the canine skin microbiome. Unlike humans, whose skin is naturally acidic with a pH of around 5.5, a dog's skin is much closer to neutral, typically ranging from 6.8 to 7.5. This neutral, warm, and moist environment makes canine skin exceptionally vulnerable to microscopic invaders. In a healthy state, a dog's skin is protected by a delicate lipid layer called the acid mantle. However, when you wash them with harsh commercial shampoos, feed them highly processed kibble loaded with inflammatory carbohydrates, or expose them to environmental allergens, that fragile acid mantle is completely stripped away. The pH of their skin rises, turning their body into an open invitation for opportunistic pathogens. Microscopic single-celled fungi, specifically Malassezia yeast, which naturally live on your dog's skin in tiny numbers, suddenly begin to multiply at an explosive, uncontrollable rate. They release highly irritating metabolic waste products that trigger intense, localized tissue inflammation, leading to that agonizing, deep-seated itch that makes your dog chew their paws and scratch their ears raw. This is exactly where our simple 1 teaspoon kitchen miracle comes to the rescue. Raw, organic, unfiltered apple cider vinegar containing the mother. This is not the clear, highly refined white vinegar sitting on grocery store shelves. It is a cloudy, biologically active ferment packed with live enzymes, beneficial bacteria, and most importantly, highly bioavailable acetic acid. When you introduce this natural fermented acid into your dog's routine, it performs a brilliant dual-action healing feat that target treats both the internal and external root causes of their suffering. Acetic acid is a powerful, natural antifungal and antibacterial agent. The moment it comes into contact with your dog's skin, it gently lowers the pH back into a slightly acidic, healthy zone, instantly restoring the protective acid mantle. For microscopic yeast cells, this sudden shift in pH is completely catastrophic. The acidic environment literally shatters the delicate cell walls of the yeast, halting their reproduction in its tracks, and neutralizing the irritating toxins they secrete. Almost instantly, the fiery, raw inflammation on your dog's skin begins to cool down, and the relentless, frantic urge to scratch simply vanishes. But the cellular magic of apple cider vinegar does not stop at soothing itchy skin. It is also one of the most powerful, highly effective natural pest deterrents on the planet. Fleas, ticks, and biting flies rely on an incredibly acute, highly sophisticated sense of smell to locate their hosts. They are chemically attracted to the warm, alkaline, and slightly sweet scent of a dog's blood and skin secretions. When you add just 1 teaspoon of raw apple cider vinegar to your dog's daily drinking water or food bowl, the acetic acid is absorbed through their digestive tract and subtly alters their systemic biochemistry. As your dog naturally perspires and secretes healthy oils through their skin and hair follicles, they begin to release a microscopic, completely odorless to humans scent profile that is highly acidic and intensely repellent to parasites. To a tick or a flea, a dog consuming apple cider vinegar smells incredibly bitter, hostile, and toxic. Instead of latching onto your dog's fur, these blood-sucking pests will actively avoid them, creating an invisible, highly protective shield around your pet without exposing their bloodstream to the harsh, neurotoxic pesticides found in conventional spot-on treatments. To successfully implement this natural dog-saving protocol, you must apply the exact doctor-approved ratios to ensure it perfectly matches your dog's specific body weight and biological needs. For small dogs under 20 pounds, you only need to add 1/3 of a teaspoon to their daily food or water. For medium dogs up to 50 pounds, use 1/2 of a teaspoon. And for large dogs over 50 pounds, a full teaspoon is the absolute golden ratio. Always start with a highly diluted amount to let their digestive system gently adapt to the new healthy enzymes. If your dog is currently suffering from highly active, red, and raw hot spots on their skin, you can create a powerful external healing spray by mixing equal parts of raw apple cider vinegar and clean, filtered water in a spray bottle. Simply mist this soothing solution directly onto their itchy belly, paws, and coat, taking extreme care to completely avoid any open wounds or broken skin, as the acid will sting raw cuts. Look closely at the reality of your dog's health and happiness. Keeping them safe from blood-sucking parasites and saving them from the misery of constant raw itching does not require you to saturate their delicate organs with heavy synthetic chemical pesticides or spend thousands of dollars on temporary pharmaceutical cover-ups. It simply requires you to understand the basic biochemical rules of their skin and gut and provide them with the clean, time-tested, and natural raw materials they need to keep their microscopic defenses strong. When you choose to step away from the chemical cycle and embrace the simple, elegant power of raw apple cider vinegar, you are doing more than just saving money. You are actively protecting your best friend's liver, soothing their irritated skin, and ensuring they can run, play, and sleep peacefully, completely free from the torment of the itch. By partnering with their natural biology and keeping their microscopic defenses balanced, you give them the gift of a long, happy, and vibrant life right by your side.